Welcome to Musings of a Watch Collector, a carefully curated channel of all my timepieces. I will be showcasing each piece in detail to understand its historical and cultural significance. Let me take you on a horological journey that covers watchmakers from around the world, both past and present. So join me on my meanderings, Musings of a Watch Collector. Hello everyone, I'm Michael and welcome back to another episode of Musings of a Watch Collector. In this episode we're going to be taking a look at a fan favourite, one of my first grail watches, and the first automatic chronograph in space. Let's go back to 1969, a big year for horology and for the space race. Between the United States and the USSR, there was a scramble to have the latest space technology, which also extended to our wristwatches as well. 1969 also saw the release of Zenith's El Primero A36 movement, as well as Hoyer's Calibre 11. Now both these watchmakers were vying for a tender with NASA to have the first automatic chronograph in space. What we do know 10 years earlier is that the Omega Speedmaster was the official watch that landed on the moon. However, this was not an automatic chronograph. The title of the first automatic chronograph in space goes to the Seiko 6139-6005. Let's go into the story as to why this is affectionately known as the Pogue. Colonel William Pogue was chosen by NASA to man the first US space station, the Skylab 4. The remit of Skylab 4 was to study and observe the effects of a prolonged period in space on the human body. Pogue and his fellow astronauts spent a total of just under 85 days in space. Now the Omega Speedmaster was not issued to astronauts during their training program. So Pogue decided to buy a Seiko 6139-6005 to use during training, of which he used to measure things such as burn rate, air pressure, and other critical functions that will be imperative for an astronaut to be mindful of. It was first thought that the SIN 140 was the first automatic chronograph in space in 1985. However, Pogue himself confirmed that he wore his Seiko Pogue on the 16th of November 1973 at the launch of Skylab 4. When I first started to look for acquiring a Seiko for my collection, I came across a 6139 and soon realised its horological and historical importance. And so began the hunt for a Seiko Pogue, which is available online and comes in a wide range of variants. Furthermore, there were variants with a number of jewels in a movement, either 17 or 21. The former being made predominantly for international markets. This was because less taxes and tariffs were paid on imports of watches that had less jewels. The 21 jewel movements were made predominantly for the Japanese domestic market. Now let's take a closer look at that Pogue. The watch is of a truly unique design, with a pillow cushion shaped case that measures 40 millimeters. The gold sunburst dial is magnificent, with an inner rotating ring that can be rotated with a recessed crown that is flush with the case. The recessed crown also changes the day and date, which features at the 3 o'clock. The two pushers located at the 2 and 4 o'clock start, stop, and reset the chronograph function. The tachymeter is fixed in position in a superb Pepsi-style bezel. The Seiko 6139 movement has 17 jewels and functions at 21,600 beats per hour or 3 Hz and is a very reliable movement. The stainless steel case is contrastingly brushed, along with a Seiko H-Link band with a signed clasp. The watch is water resistant to 70 meters and the reference number on the case back indicates this particular model was made in August 1976. The model I have has been completely overhauled with some parts replaced. Now I know that there is two schools of thought between restored and original timepieces in the watch community, but I really wanted one that I could wear on a regular basis and one that would last for many decades to come. And it really has been restored to its former glory. Well, that's a wrap on one of my favourite space watches. I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I've enjoyed producing it. Let me know what your comments are below, your thoughts are on this space watch or any other space watch. Also, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel. I'll also put the links to my official Instagram and my watch blog below. Well, that's a wrap. I'm Michael, once again signing off in Musings of a Watch Collector. Take care and I'll see you next time.